Hello from Findlay Truck and RV. Today we are going to be touring the 2019 Road Warrior fifth wheel. Currently looking at the nose of the fifth wheel. We got our slide outs out. Awnings are out. Currently looking at the nose. Have the accent lights on as we approach. We have our standard 7-pin hookup, breakaway cable. As we come down below here, this controls your accent lighting. There are two controls for the auto level system to turn this on over here. You'll hold up and down arrows. Releasing, green light comes on. Currently have all of the jacks down. But what we can do is there's a retract all, which you'll want to hit once you're hooked up. And then there's this hitch height here, which if you hit this, it's going to pull the four rears, leaving these two fronts. Go ahead and do that. You can hear it working. And it's pulling those rear jacks up. That will allow you to get hooked up. With those up, we can then hit auto level again. And it will go ahead and level the entire system. While it's doing its thing here, generator has been serviced, oil's been changed, filter has been checked. To start, you're going to want to hold the stop prime button until this red indicator light turns on. Then you'll hit start. There are also controls on the interior to start the generator. Inside of here, we have the hydraulic lines for the leveling system and fluid. Brand new battery inside your battery box here. Battery exhaust. And moving on around, there are two propane compartments. Inside this one here is going to be your regulator, where you can select which propane tank you will be running from. Inside this nice big pass-through compartment, exterior radio, there is a remote inside. Battery disconnect right here, currently in the on position with the green exposed, rotating it counterclockwise. Red will be exposed over here. That will turn off your batteries. You're going to want to turn that off when you're going to be away from the fifth wheel for periods of time, so you're not drawing from the batteries. Lights in here do work on a push. Exterior TV, remote inside the pocket right here. TV just pulls out like so and back in. Back behind, there is a cable hookup as well as an outlet. And back here, a little bit difficult to show. Let me see if I can get the TV out of the way. Is going to be the hot water heater bypass. We are currently in the normal position, which will provide water to the water heater. Flipping that lever up to the bypass is what you'll want to do when it's time to winterize. Furnace exhaust. This will be hot when the furnace is running, so be mindful of yourselves, kids, pets, etc. Down below here, we do have a propane quick connect. You'll pop that cover off, rotate that lever, and you can hook up a propane line to this grill, etc. Just to the left are your low point drains. You'll want to crack these when you're draining the water system, or when time to winterize, you'll simply just turn them to be parallel with those PEX lines until they are done draining. Moving onward, entry door and steps, exterior speakers. There is an awning light as well as porch lights for both doors. Inside here, hot water heater. When time to drain the hot water heater, you will want to crack this pressure release valve until water stops draining out of it. You'll then take that plug out, drain your water heater, flip the bypass in the compartment up there, and it will be time to winterize. New tires, rear stabilizer jacks, middle stabilizer jacks on both sides here, rear awning, rear entry and steps. Steps just fold up and slide in. On the rear here is the spare tire. Moving on around, we come to the porch and garage. The porch does have steps and an entry door to enter. You'll push that button in and you can enter like so and back into place. Continuing onwards, we come to the roof access ladder. The roof access ladder is currently in the travel position. When you're ready to pull it out, you pull these pins on both sides and pull out on the ladder. .50 amp hookup does have a retract and release, so you'll want to use this button and not just pull on it. It does lock. Just next door is the fuel pump station. Fuel pump timer needs to be turned on from the interior in order for this to work out here. You'll just flip that switch on. You can also see your tanks. I don't currently have power to it as it timed out prior to this video being shot. And your nozzle right here. This will be for the fuel tank. This will be for the generator tank. And you're able to see the tank levels outside as well as inside. There are some instructions here as well. Inside here, we have our black tank and gray tank pulls. Tank flush right next door. The sewer outlet is down underneath the slide out. You'll want to make sure that the sewer cap is pulled off and the gate valve is open prior to pulling these tank handles. There are also tank handles up front in the water compartment, which we will get to. General rule of thumb, always a good idea to pull the black tank prior to pulling the gray tank, just to help flush out any sediment that may get stuck inside of the plumbing. Moving on along here, it is marked sewer outlet connection. Currently looking at that sewer outlet. First thing you'll want to do is take that cap off. You'll next want to pull that gate valve. Once those are done, you can then pull on the tank handles in the rear and in the water compartment. Down here we also have the fresh tank drain and a fresh tank overflow. If you're filling your tank, your water tank, and happen to forget to turn the water off, this is an overflow. It will just pour out of here, and you'll want to crack that right there when time to drain the fresh tank. We also have another compartment here that houses a black and gray tank handle. There are some simple instructions here for they call it a convenience center, which we are currently looking at. This will be for our hose hookup. It does have an on-off here as well. And here is going to be your selector. We are currently in the normal position, which means we are running off of the water pump. To fill the fresh tank, you will want to be on the tank position or over here to the left. When running from the tank or water pump, you will want to then be in the normal position. Down below is the city connection when you're going to be running off of your water hose. And over here on the right side is a sanitize and winterize fixtures. Exterior shower with a hose and a nozzle. There is a tank flush in here as well. A number of different cable hookups. This controls the water pump. You can hear it kick on. A number of cable hookups up here as well. A light, an outlet, and this does also close. Down below the water tank is going to be the generator exhaust. When your generator is running, this will have exhaust coming out, so just be mindful. Moving on along to the other side of the pass-through compartment, we do come to another one control system for leveling. Again, pretty much has the same features, just in a digital display. If we hit that auto hitch, it'll pull the 4 rears, leaving the front 2 down. There's also an auto level, and then a manual extend and retract, and front back. Just above, there are instructions for the auto level system up on the front. Should you need to consult this, it's right here inside this compartment. And opening this compartment up, we come to the other propane tank. Again, your regulator is on the other side, and that will allow you to cycle back and forth between this tank and the tank over there, just depending on which one you want to be utilizing. Up underneath here, we do have some specs for this specific unit. And backing up, and continuing onward with the tour of the 2019 Heartland Road Warrior fifth wheel. We are now going to tour the interior. Currently looking at the entry door. Entry steps just fold up and close, and our up door closes in front of them, and they fold down into place. To adjust, there's pins on either side, and you can move your legs as you need to. Entry door, deadbolts, handle also locks. Screen door does pop off and closes. Get some fresh air. As we enter, just to the left is a fire extinguisher. Just to the right is a power control system. For the life of me, could not figure out what that switch controls. You may discover it while you are using the fifth wheel. Breaker box in here, and fuse panel, and just above inside this coat closet storage compartment is going to be the main control panel here. As I said, there are generator controls on the interior. Works just like on the generator. You'll hold that stop prime button until indicator light goes red. We can hear that generator fire. Down below is the fuel station. This button right here is going to be the timer. You will need to flip that up. Red indicator light will come on. Run out here real quick. Back to the fuel station, and we can hear it running, and then we can also see our tank levels. And back off. That will time out on its own. I believe it's either 5 or 15 minutes, but you can also turn it back off from the interior. You can also see your tank levels inside. Over here we have our water heater. Runs on both electric and gas, just depending on which one you select. We have our tank levels right here with indicator lights, and just to the right is going to be the water pump. All of your lights are pretty much marked from the stickers on here. Then we've also got our slide outs, bedroom slide out, the awning light right here, a number of different lights, the Yeti pack right here. This controls the tank warmers, and this up down right here is going to control the fan, which will automatically turn on once that vent opens. And then we hit down and it goes ahead and closes. That'll be your main control panel. Storage up above. We come to the TV with hookups on the back side. Stereo, fireplace, controls on here, as well as the remote, your two stereo remotes. Now as we go up the stairs, we come across a thermostat. This thermostat right here is going to control your furnace and your AC for the main portion of the coach. Fire extinguisher right here is going to be the TV antenna. You'll pull that button in and you can rotate this dial like so to pick up reception. We come into the bathroom, storage throughout, mirror and medicine cabinet, GFCI protected outlet, kitchen or bathroom sink and faucet, shower, toilet. Toilet works on a step pedal flush. You'll step on this pedal here, it will bring water into the bowl and flush down into the black tank. There is also a fan in the bathroom, has the same control as for the living room kitchen area. Hit that up, vent lifts, fan turns on and back down. We have two light switches in here, pocket door, locks into place for travel. A little bit difficult to do one-handed, just like so. Stepping through, we enter the bedroom. Back behind the shade is emergency exit window. You'll just pull both of those levers up and push out. Window itself also slides open for some fresh air in the bedroom. Television. Number of storage compartments and outlets on either side. Lights back here. Work on the touch. Little shelf. Drawers over here on this side. Big wardrobe, drawers down below, more drawers over here. There is an outlet and a window over here as well. Light works on a push button. light switches. Coming back through, more storage. And one thing to point out, as there is a slide on the bedroom, you will want to leave the bedroom door open when bringing that slide out in. If the door is closed, the slide out will be hitting a stationary portion and will not be able to close. Couches work by pulling out. 2 light switches, a wall mount, storage on either side, nice big window in the living room, slides open and closed. In the kitchen area, there are 2 swivel chairs. These chairs do rotate. You'll simply want to pull out here and you can fold them up like so. Down below here we do have a carbon monoxide propane gas alarm. There is an outlet as well as some accent lighting controlled by that switch right there. Drawers throughout, kitchen sink, window, there is a light above the kitchen sink, plenty of storage in this unit. That one you can also access on the other side. Down below, there are shutoffs to the kitchen sink. Microwave, storage above, microwave plugs in back there. And to light the stove, you will want to, like so, and then you can control your flame. Again, you'll hold that to the flame, hit your ignition, and this last one over here, I didn't have the propane on. There we go. All 3 burners. And then we have the oven here. To light the oven, you'll just rotate to that flame. You'll see your pilot light down here. Once the pilot is lit, you can control your temperature. It will digitally display, and you can turn on a timer. And back off. Fridge over here works on both gas and electric. Currently in the auto setting right here. To cycle through, we would now be on electric, we would now be on gas, and back to auto. Temperature setting right here, and back to the off position. Back behind here is our pantry. Stairs fold out to the bunk. Most notable up here is a vent and a fan. Closes like so. And our steps just slide back into place. Entering the garage portion. Bunk with a ladder. dinette seating in the back, should you want it. These also fold over both sides when the table and legs are removed to become a sleeping area. There are legs on the bottom that you will want to make sure are down when you are using these. And these 4 pins right here will go in these holes up top here. When you have the bed lift all the way up at the top, locks it into place. Number of windows throughout. Television. Storage on both sides. All of the controls. Side awning, back awning, bed lift, up, down, an outlet for your lights here. This unit does come with a washer dryer hookup and an outlet just on the other side. Bathroom, light switch, tank levels, storage back behind, another step pedal toilet. For the rear AC, and then this remote right here controls the screen that comes down. On the back, we can stop it right there and going back up. And then they also have one mounted on the wall right here. We do have another fire extinguisher back here. This concludes the interior tour of the 2019 Heartland Road Warrior 5th wheel.